Yo, 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 what's going on? Let me check that we're all good. Okay, that's fine. Let me check that we're all good here. Let's change the title. Should have done this before, my bad. Okay, fine now. Live. Check the audio. Live. Check the audio. Okay, let's get going. So, today we are going to be continuing architectural visualization stream that we did a couple of weeks ago now. Basically, this is the scene that we have, and we're going to be expanding upon this by adding more detail. So the first thing we're going to do is the windows. Now for the windows, I wanted to do something similar to this here. Probably, yes, just something similar to that. So I'm going to create a new collection called window. We're going to 3D model these ourselves. Why not? I'm going into this. I'm going to Shift H the building so that I can get the scale correct. I believe add a plane RX90, edit mode with tab, 1 on the number keypad. No, 1 on the normal keypad. Going to vertex select mode. So is this the window? Yes, kind of. But we move that there. So I'm going to do something similar to this on a larger scale without the door handle. So like this. And then from there, I'm going to insert this, to this, to this. I'm going to go into the side view. I'm going to Shift H this. I'm going to line it up with the line, so I know that they're all the same. What I did there was I pressed Shift I. Okay. See from our reference, we've got one down the middle. I can scale it in. Down the middle, scale it in. Control R is the keybind for this. I don't know if that's default, but it's what I use. I'm just doing a loop cut and then across. I can scale that up like this. Select all these vertices, come upwards. I actually quite like the slightly larger effect there, so I'm going to keep that. And we're also going to do the same here. Actually, we're going to ditch that here. Actually, yeah, we are going to ditch that. just move these into position here. Same with these. And the bottom one too. Like that. I'm going to remove these planes here. Go back to 1 on the D-pad, 1 on the number pad, sorry, to go front view, and I'm just hitting this one here to move to the right to get this perfectly right view. I'm going to move these in like that. Looking at our example there, I want to do a little gap here. Take this, not that. Take this and bevel it. Let's just solidify. Now see how that looks. Okay, looking cool. That's alright, that looks good. That's good for me. Scale this up. And looks like I'm gonna have to scale it to the, or move it to the left a bit to fill in the gap. Okay, and then from here we're gonna add a plane. We're gonna scale this one up, X20, plop it in the middle. This is gonna be our actual glass material, so down here, across, so we're covering everything. Do it all the way. Okay, and then from here we're going to make a new material called glossy. And we're going to go onto here, add in a glossy BSDF, transparent BSDF, mix shader into there. Can't remember which way around this is, but I'll do this for now. So transparent on top, plug that in. Actually, if we do a light, is it light par? No, it's a mix RGB. No, it's not. It is a one sec, I have not got my alerts on. That's my bad, I should. I do have alerts on, but I've not got them on my screen. Thank you for the subscribe, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I should add alerts. I should definitely add alerts. Where are we going? Just logging into Streamlabs quick so I can see the alerts. Okay, so looking back on this, what was it again? It's definitely a fresh Fresnel. I can never say that. Light, something RGB curve. That was it. Okay, then you put the face factor into the color, into there. That. Swap these around. Factor into the factor. Yes, factor into the factor. And then as you scale this down, you'll affect the reflection of the glass. Okay, cool. Sorry, hang on. That RGB is going to FAC. There we go. Then you can affect it. Then swap these background. Glossy on top. There we go. There's so much light coming through there you can't really see it from there. Just connecting to Streamlabs. Okay, done. Hi there, hi man, thanks for the good luck. Appreciate that. So we'll carry on as we were, got there in the end. So we need some more detail. Actually, first of all, with this, I wanted it to be a wood color, so we'll use blend kit to grab a wood, and we'll do sort of, do something like this. But then we're going to make the effects. Go to hue. We want to turn down the saturation and the hue to something more like that. That's the effect we were looking for. Perfect. Thanks for the good luck, man. My webcam has decided to freeze. Has it frozen? No, it's not frozen. It's all good. Okay. Yes, that looks good. We like this. We like that a lot. Let's change the saturation of this wood top. It's too much. Get that down to 0.8. Actually, 0.9 is fine as it was. And then we need to add some detail. So from here, we're going to go new collection. Try again. There you go. Call it detail. And then jump into here and create a new this. Create a need some detail in this, so always like these. I always feel like they look quite nice. Put them up there. Now we can model stuff ourselves if we wanted, but as it's right here, might as well use the assets that we've got in this library. But if we needed to model anything, we could do that. That's kitchen set there. What else does the kitchen need? It could do with, these are a bit big, you know. Scale them down a bit, take them to the right, put them in the corner more like there. Knife set, we can do that back there. Already got one of those. Got the kitchen herbs here. Why is that so large? Let's find out, shall we? Find out why it's so large. I highly recommend using this blend kit for assets. Otherwise, you can just go on CG Trader or something, look for free assets, and also model stuff yourself if you want to. If I mute that, is my mic still working through here? Yes, it is. Perfect. So, turn myself up a bit. Let's move this there. So the kitchen, we could do a little pot here. Lots of counter space in this kitchen, which is nice. We need, like, essential stuff, you know, like our computer's frozen. Computer's crashed, I sound lucky. So OBS got yes it does. So disable the preview. See how much we lost. Not that much really. I was running it in rendered mode, so to be expected a little bit there. Or you get to do it all again. Create a new folder called detail. Call it kitchen. I'll type in kitchen and then let's get some of that stuff back. So grab that, grab them, just rotate them around again. Let's do them that way. Scale them down a bit. Grab the knife set, the herbs, the herb plant. There. And then we could do the oil set. I think that's another one. I've seen someone overpopulate too much with the same stuff. And that stuff is 2. I mean, you need, you know, some spoons and things. We're going to tab and go microwave. You can always go and see Trader for stuff, but I mean, look how many options there are popped up after typing that in. So I'm going to go to the corner here. Now is that turned around the wrong way? No, it's not. Microwave, like a microwave actually should go here. Catch the side of it there. The pot can move onto the hob. Like this. And then we can do a toaster. Any got any good ones here? Limited on the toasters. CG Trader could be useful, but I'm going to use just this one for now. Okay. Let's carry on. Kitchen detail. Set scale. I think that's in my other scene. We'll leave that for now. Kitchen store. No, let's not go with that. Place the oven glove there. What even is that? Oh, it's like a blender thing. These kitchen cabinets are nice, by the way. We already have our kitchen cabinets in place though, so that's okay, that's nice too. Let's go on decoration. Have a little look at this. So if I just save quickly and then check out our scene, save because I'm about to go into rendered mode and it can crash in rendered mode, so. Yes, I thought so. So a couple of things inside lighting, or could have said interior lighting, but we're gonna add a light into the hallway, an aerial one, nothing crazy, just chill out, nice and easy at the back. Scale it in, go a long ways, just down there, down the hallway, just lighten up at the back there. Now I'm gonna grab a water quick because I am thirsty, and then I'll be back in just literally a minute. Okay, let us continue. I'm gonna move this door further down, doesn't look right where it is. There's fine. What else am I going to do? I wanted to add a rug in the middle to add some color. Also wanted to add a ceiling light. So ceiling light. Now you get some pretty extravagant ones here. Now I do want to go with something a bit more out there because this area definitely, it needs a bit of spicing up a bit. So let's try something like this. Place that there. Might scale that up a little bit so it's looking a bit small. Definitely going to scale that up. Where has it gone? There it is. Don't like it. Too rustic looking. Let's carry on. That one was quite nice. The tree box kind of cool. Let's go with this one. That's more what I was thinking. Something a bit different, I suppose. Then in this hallway, I wanted a bookshelf. So go here. Now we can make this ourselves if I've not got what I was looking for. Got like a little corner shelf. Not really what I was looking for. Maybe a shoe rack could also do a good job at creating what we want. That's a rack of other things. let's have a look at the lighting quickly. So I only lit this with nothing, so that's good. So I've left this open to working on. So let me move this out for a second. So exterior lighting. So let's go to Polyhaven. We'll do this with a fresh HDRI so you can see the process. So rather than using this, so go Polyhaven, go on HDRI. I'm gonna go on outdoor. And we're going to grab an HDRI that looks like something that we could do. Hello Dimitri, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Everything is awesome, mate. So let's find one. This one looks good. Let's do this one. So let's download this. Go to wherever your HDRIs are saved on your computer. Mine are in here. I have to like this on Windows for some reason. Boom. Okay. And then if we go, you can use Easy HDRI. It's a free add-on for Blender. Like that. Choose where our HDRIs are. HDRI, accept. We'll choose our HDRI that we just got. So new computer, yeah. No, not a computer. I just moved to using OneDrive for my files, so I not have that many, but it was this one we downloaded. Okay, so if you go into here, make sure that film transparent is turned off. Go into your main view port and have a look at the HDRI. Keeps freezing. Okay. So we've got more of a like a cool tone to it, but that's completely fine. So we're going to move around our HDRI. So let me go on this viewport again. Have a look at this. So we're going to move it around so that the sky is actually on our side. So there is good. That's lovely. Maybe we could go up a bit. This. Now you've got actually a good view out the side, and then we're going to turn the sky strength up to 5 to get that middle of the day. As you can see, the warm tones come through, and a 1 on the sky, but I feel like the sky is not going to do much. The sun strength, because it's an overcast HDRI, which is completely fine. We are going to add in our own little skylight, because I think it helps with the realism, even though it's an overcast shot. We'll pretend that the sun is coming through a little bit, so like that. See the sun rays here. So the sunlight in Blender, as you can see, it doesn't matter where you place it here, it's acting as a sun. So moving it around like that doesn't change anything. It's all about the rotation angle. So if you go down, it will be sort of midday. As you go across, it turns into what the sun would be like on a low altitude, whatever the word is. So I place it here. You can also move it right or left to make it go across the scene. If I make it, this is nice, I feel. It's getting a bit on the cabinets there, a bit on that. Then you can also increase the strength, so that will increase the intensity, of course. If we go down to something like 4, and then also what you can do is you change the angle. It will affect the shadows. So if you go to 25, as you can see straight away, changes the light to be a lot less sharp, even up to 25. So go to 1 to 25. If you go up to like all the way up there. It's going to make it very, I can't remember the word for it, but you can see what it does if you look here on my screen. So if I go to 5 to 1, see with lower, you do get that, you get the shadows of the window, and I do like that. Once you go high, you lose that. So I want to go as high as possible, where we still have a bit of that coming through, because I like the slightly softer shadows. I think when you have them super sharp, it can look a bit unrealistic, like super sharp like this. But I want to keep, so like I feel like a 1 is kind of good. Move it to the right bit, like that. Okay, now let me show you what this sunlight actually does. So if I go to HDRI, turn it to 0, and this to 0. So at the moment, the only lights affecting our scene are our ceiling light here, light in the back there, and our sunlight. The sort of sunlight does it. It is going to create global illumination, but not that much. The sunlight generally is good for just creating the sun ray effect in your interior scenes. So as you can see on the floor here, with the window effect of the lines coming through, and then on the wall here, to create more of a realistic look. It doesn't actually light your scene terrifically well unless you put it extremely high. I mean, like, you can go super high, and then yeah, it is really making a decent effect with the global illumination. I guess I never really tried it. Once you get to a certain point, it's gonna block out. The light's gonna get so intense, it's gonna block things out. So I feel like somewhere around 50 was kind of good for this scene, because it is supposed to be sort of middle of the day. Then we can also, if we turn off our sunlight, this is just interior lighting. This is if it was nighttime with absolutely zero moonlight and no street lamps or anything. It's not really that realistic. Usually there's some light coming in from outside, even if it's nighttime, unless you run it in extremely, there's absolutely no moonlight coming through, and the building is in a location where it is very secluded. There's no street lights or anything. But if I turn on the HDRI again, this is our main source of light. The main source of global illumination in terms of light going into the room and bouncing around, and it is only coming in from the left side right now. Oh no, sorry, I made another hole. It's coming from the left and the right, and there is a general sunlight there, as you can see, coming through, but obviously this is an overcast-ish sky, so realistically probably our sun wouldn't be this strong, but in terms of it being more of a aesthetic image, I'm including the sun. But because it's such an overcast sky, that probably sun rays wouldn't be this defined. There'd be a lot more shallow, a lot more, the angle would be a lot higher, it'd be more like 50 or something, more like this, because of how overcast sky, lots of clouds, so you're not getting direct sunlight. But because I like the way this looks, I'm going to keep it, oh no, sorry, what was that on, 50? Yeah, I can go back to 1. No, I can go what do we prefer? Yeah, I like the effect that it's making there. I like the effect that it's making there. So let's carry on then. So let us carry on. Now I'm thinking about how to improve the image, adding some more detail as we go along. I think will do it some good, and some more textures and things. So in terms of, I want to add a rug for sure. In terms of the detail, I like to add in, just go on this quick, like this, the D-pad to 1, cross, to add in some wood here, like a wood panel here, going up. Go on the scale view, on the rendered view, sorry. I need to get my laptop screen to start turning off. Go into rendered view, and then go into materials, wood panel, I guess you could call it. I want to grab something that is, mean, something like this could look kind of cool. Might be the wrong tones though for the we may crash as we're streaming while in rendered mode. Let's do it in material preview. Okay, if we select this, U and unwrap, scale this upwards, go across, upwards again, and we can get this effect here. We've got this one beam coming down. If we want to change the brightness, we could do that. Let me zoom right in. See, that's not 100% working correct. Oh. We're doing shaders right now, so that's why we're lagging a bit. Compiling shaders. Compiling shaders at 62%, so almost there. It's getting there. %. And 100%. There we go. So let's go and rendered view. Have a look, see how this looks. I'm half considering making the left wall color as well. Similar to our example here, we've got a bit of color on the wall. Let's go and try a different shade. Can we plug it in here? We can. Try a different shade and let's bring it down to here. What is this material called? Panels 1. Could try it on this wall. Should we give it a go? Panel 1. And UV unwrap this wall. It's rather large right now, but that's right. If we scale it down like this, let's see how that looks. Skirting boards as well, we still need to add. Let's have a look though. Yes, to me this looks nice. I like this. Let's get rid of this. I like that a lot. Darkens the right this corridor here. Brings my attention to the front of the image, but we are going to change color of this because this now really doesn't work well with the wall, and we're just going to desaturate it. We're going to make it a like this color, saturated like that, and then we're going to scale it up. Actually, if we go into our, where is it? Here it is. Push it upwards. Okay, I feel like our scene is having a identity crisis with the theme. We've got some blues going on in the front. We've got the light green, and we've got the sort of, I guess, a little bit vintage, a little bit UK, Scandinavian, maybe a little bit wool here. I guess we've also got like a floral design, I don't even know what to call it, but we're having a bit of a crisis here with identity for sure. What I need to do is we need to take a look at references and pick a color palette, color scheme that's gonna help us with the direction of what we're doing. I'm gonna add a few more details first, then we're gonna mess around with the colors. Okay, so when I say a few more, I generally do mean a few more because I'd like to get to an end point here of the image, as it's just a portfolio piece, learning tutorial piece. It's not as important that we get the theme correct. So let's just type in Amon materials. To here. I think it's still working. Yes, it is. So we finally do have a shoe rack here. Place that there. We can place some shoes onto it. So we're not going to worry too much about materials right now. I'm definitely keeping that wall. That looks really nice in my opinion. Pop some shoes down here. Pop some on top too. Go add in some detail. There's a coat. Oh. Add a coat rack. Something like that. Just compiling shaders right now. Coat rack. Something like like this. Again, not worrying about the colors too much right now. The scale of this is also huge. I don't know why. I guess it's a large piece of furniture, but we can scale it down a tiny bit and move it across. No one's going to be able to walk through there. Get down even more. Like this. Okay. Rug. Rugs are always good. We love a rug. And the rug is going to be like this. But we're going to change the design. But it's going to be like this. We'll scale that up a bit once it's in. So about here. We could add anything else we can think of. Some wall decoration. Yes, some wall decoration. The walls are very blank. Maybe, oh, can't spell. Maybe a little wall light. Have to be thin. So it's dual light, but I'm gonna just add one. Actually, you might do that here. For some fun, like this. Does this place have a fridge? No, it doesn't. So if I move the bin here instead, it's not very attractive piece of furniture. And let's add a fridge. Have to be a single one there in the corner. This is double, but it may fit. Actually, this one works well in the corner here. Not necessarily the best place for the fridge, but there you go. It's the wrong way around as well right now. Okay. Is it up to the wall? Probably not. Let's have a look. No, it wasn't. Okay, now let's have a look at our scene again with some added detail. Hoping now it's going to be packing a bit more. And let's have a look at our color palette creator. Let's go on here. Okay. Almost exactly got something that we can use straight away, so there you go, that's good. Boom. Okay, so we're packing a lot more detail now. That is looking nice. Now in terms of color, we're now going to go through and change around the colors. So one thing, go this. What part of this stops and is granite? I feel like the granite should extend. Pass. Okay, so it's a long piece of object that I've done. So if we go to this side and move it out, we should get a bit more. I mean, all the way could be an option too. Okay, we're frozen. It crashed. We can do it in material preview, although I feel like it's just as likely to crash. Up to there looks good. Okay, so like I was saying, this is a great color palette. Kind of the reason being is it kind of works already into what we wanted with the light green, as you can see of our mood board, and the dark greens. This is very similar to light green. This is kind of similar to the other one. So from here we'll just press print screen, we'll go into Photoshop, and we will make a color palette from it. So if we scale it in, just go like Actually not there, we'll go from the middle. Image crop. Control E. I like that color palette to our stream as well, so let's see what we're going for. To reference color palette. Go into our stream. Should we add it in? Let's add it in. Image. Colors. Color palette, add it in for you so we can keep updated with. Whoops. That's our color palette. These are our references. There you go. Now it can be rough as well. We can change things slightly depending on what we think looks a bit better. So let's open it up here. Color palette. As you can see, our green is very similar already. It's pretty much thereabouts. Maybe a bit of a hue shift like that. Now, our color here is a bit off, so if we go like this, let's change the hue of this one to match this a bit more. Saturate the value. We'll do that. That is not near enough. There we go. Okay, and then our wood. So let's change our wood top to be more like this mahogany style. We could even go mahog. Oh. We'll have to go into our materials for that. You can also look on. You also could look on like ambient CG for some materials as well. Got mahogany. Computer's struggling right now. Preview's not on. Change our wood to this one. If you zoom in, you can see that's very similar to what we wanted. You can bring up the scale a bit to make it a bit bigger. And I would probably say increase the saturation too. Okay, now the floor, I'm gonna make a tile white. The last color of our palette is always going to be a bit of white because that is the way the world works. Sometimes there's quite a bit of white around the place. So let's do that. And we can scale that up a bit more using, it's a brick texture, so if we go to that, scale that up. Now a tabletop being matching the thingy is fine, but we want to change the color of our chairs. I think we're going to make them to our, that's not the chairs, the fabric is the chair. to match our brighter color here that we've got. This green. Okay, and then our sofa. I've got just the idea for this. I'm actually going to remove the whole sofa because I had one earlier when I was working to some client work, which I think would be wonderful for this scene and the color scheme. We got floating things though, so let me just go into. It was in main furniture, main kitchen, wasn't it? Skinner was, yeah. Okay, we'll put it in detail this time, and we'll go sofa. Was it this one? I think it was. Classic sofa. I had one of these at my parents' house when I was younger. I mean, it should be alright. I don't know why it wouldn't be okay. That's from a newer version of Blender. Well, I've updated my Blender. Have I not? Oh, whoops, we just clicked something by accident. Incompatible with this Blender version. What Blender version is this? 3.0. Now let me hide this because let me just quickly check. I have one in a scene recently. Yeah, I did today. It's gonna fit the style perfectly though. That's for sure. Where is it? It's well, first of all, what? It's the same Blender version, so this is getting weird. What if I just copy and paste it in? Give that a go. Rather than bringing it in from the, so if I go like this, Control C, open our new one up, or our kitchen scene. I can now, let me wait for it to open, and then I'll get the screen back. Just give me 1 sec, it's just opening. Okay, we're open. Let's try paste it in. Shader's just compiling. Where is it? Here it is. Yep, seems to have worked. Absolutely perfect for this scene. Oh, we've taken stuff with it. Okay, we can even go like this. Or we can go like this. Let me make sure it's the right height. I want some of it in the actual. I think the side like that looks good. Okay, the wood on top of here can be, the wood on top of here can be this color. I bet you thought I was going to say mahogany there, but nope, we're going to do this green color. I'm going to go with this one. So that needs to go more deeper. And on the scale like that. Let's have a look at the progress so far. Okay, looking good. So one thing I want to do is first of all, our scene, I want to warm it up. A good way to do that is to go into here, hue, turn up to the, or we can go, actually we can go here, go color, tint orange, and factor 1, and see it completely changes the color of the scene. So give it this yellow vibe, bring it down the amount. Now that's created much better white balance now. See, without it, it's looking very blue. That's just because of our HDRI. It's a very overcast sky, which always creates, there's not much sun, so it does create very white and very, on this occasion, blue sky. So I'm gonna add in one of these, change the tint, and then it's going to affect our scene and make the white balance a lot more similar to what we're looking for. I could definitely now, from this point, probably turn up the sky like this, and that's looking nice and good. That's looking a lot better now. Now this back wall, as not much of it is showing, I'm going to go off that. I'm going to give it a new material. First of all, I'm going to grab a real plaster material for the wall, one that has the correct textures for a wall. Gone off again. Okay, so we can use this, but we're gonna make it this color. We're gonna try in this color. If it doesn't look good, doesn't look good. We're constantly getting messages about the Blender version, even though the Blender version is the most updated. So that is a bit annoying. Need one with color so we can change the hue. Can really only think of that one. I don't know what's wrong with that. Let's just go on ambient CG and grab plaster material. So it'll be wall plaster. That one's looking a bit too rough. This is good, but it's not got color. Does that have enough color to change? It's concrete anyway. Let's try this one. Let's give this one a go. So I've got an asset library for this. Indoor textures. Add this in. So all of these plus the preview. Then from here, if you're downloading files from Ambient GG, you just go onto your material, plaster wall, view, frame all, and select your principal BSDF, Control Shift T, and then you can go into where you saved your texture, painted plaster, and add in all the maps. Displacement, I'll just unplug for now. If I go on to material view, it should be the plaster wall material, which I think is very similar to this one anyway. Didn't think I assigned it. No, I didn't. Okay, there you go. Then you unwrap, scale it up, and then let's make it the right hue. And this we can directly make a hue and saturation, plug it into there, and change the hue to be what we want it to be. It's about this, saturation down, the value right down, and then a bit more hue this way. See what it looks like. It might not look good, but only one way to find out. Just want to reduce the amount of white in the scene. Also have to look at our rug as well, because we're going to make the rug different. Actually, that has to go there, so let's just leave that. How's it looking? I like it. I think it looks good. I think it adds more to the scene. So, but one thing I want to do is I just want to actually desaturate these, give them that grey look, nice and simple on them. And then I'm gonna add a lamp to the right side of the scene. These cabinets here, I'm gonna make slightly reflective. Completely reflective. Let's go with completely reflective. The saturation up a bit. Saturation down completely. Yeah, that looks better in my opinion than what we had before at least. Same with this material. Let's make it the cabinet material. Let's just copy that, get that reflection going. That's looking good. Tables look a lot better now. Let's make our rug match our scene better. Yeah, let's make our rug match the scene better. So scale this up. And then what I do with the rugs is I literally just go on the internet and go on the rug. Teach. I get some random things here, but if you go onto shopping, let's do some shopping quickly. That's not far off the one we've got anyway. Well, what we could do actually with the one, I mean, oh my god. Yeah, let's just find our own one. Let's go green, as that's the theme of our scene. Our color palette. Just realised we need way more plants as well in this, but I'll get to that. This rug, let's go with, oh, whoops. I want to go with this because I'm going to change the hue of it, but I think it's a nice base of a, so save image as, just go to asset library. I've literally got one for rugs. Save it there. It's a web file, so we'll need to go onto this. Actually, is this a better version? I think it is. Save it over, higher quality. Go into GIMP, which is a photo editing software for free. It's a really good Photoshop alternative. I used it for years. It's very good. So, where was it again? It was in rugs. Of course it was. Let's add it in, and then we can export it as a PNG instead. PNG. Export. adding this to delete the web file just because they don't work in Photoshop. Don't know if they work in Blender, the web files, but they do work in GIMP. So whenever I get a web file, web image file, I go to GIMP and change it to PNG so it works in Photoshop if I need to go into Photoshop. Okay, so let's just, I mean, that's crazy. We're going to delete all that. We're just going to do a principled with a material output. Control Shift T, rugs, this one. And matching image found. Let me just add this in then, like that. Plug it in. You have to change the UV mapping a bit. Let's just make sure that's lining up decently. As you can see, it's really not right now, so scale it in, scale it across. And with that, we're going to change the hue. Something more like a color palette. I'm going to go with this green again. Like our cabinets are a bit oversaturated, by the way. Yeah, that looks better. And we could go something away from our color scheme. That looks good. We'll go with that. Now plants. Severely lacking in plants for sure. Plants make a scene come to life. So we'll make a brand new collection for plants. Now I'm struggling where I'm actually going to put these, but we can make it work, I think. So raw materials, so it's plants, no plants. So let's go for some hanging ones. Are always very good. Banana plant is nice as well. You can put one here for sure, easily, and we can scale it up so it's a bit more of a bigger boy. A hanging plant, we can move this one in so you can see it more. That's the whole thing there. Like smaller ones can go on the side like these. A really nice hanging plant. Down here, I'm going to extrude this out. I'm going to place a load of plants there. So you've got ones like, that's too big, it's too big too. Ones like this. Just them up like that. Scale it down though, bring it on. You can do stuff like this. I know that's rather big, but it would also work a bit smaller easily, like that. Indoor plant, perfect, one like that. And I'll probably add some more interesting designs to these, to the actual pot. So pot designs, texture. Abstract texture. I mean, as the whole theme is a little bit vintage, we can do that too. Or actually, what would look quite good on one of them at least is if it was terracotta. So shaders compiling quick. So if we got terracotta, I'm sure if that's even going to come up. Obviously struggling right now. There's a lot going on in this scene, to be fair to it. So that looks accidentally good, so we'll do that. And then this can be the terracotta rough earth material. Just looking at that, that needs to go out a bit. We've got two, yeah, we've got two materials here. There we go, it's better. I'm wondering if like a little bar here with some stools would look good or not. We did a couple of these stools like this. Scaled them and rotated them a bit so they're a bit different. Bar. This is in the plant section, just realised, whoops. Change that a bit. Now. I guess like that, that's a bit extreme. I don't want it to be, I want it to just be like this, like a panel and legs rather than like a whole cabinet unit, because I want to show off the kitchen area still. But I can make it myself quite easily. So just do that. I don't want it to be, I'll make it myself, it's not going to take long. So if I just do a little plane here, we'll go to modeling view just to give myself more screen space. So if we did a little thing like this, probably about this big, like that, scale it down like that, maybe not so far out, like this, more like, and then yes, it's gonna look good. Move these in. Can also put things on this now then, so go into detail, let me get rid of these, sorry, got loads open. Bar, and we can add a cylinder, add a couple of legs on each side. Actually we'll do 4 like this. be about this big. Is that a good size? Let's have a look. Scale it down a bit smaller, like that. Yeah, that's good. That's a good size. And then up on that. Add one there. Do a shade smooth on that. Add three more, sorry. It's not fully reaching the top, whoops. Very simple, I mean it's just a square table with legs. I don't want to hide the the kitchen area with a large cabinet, so the colors of the cushions go with the theme of the room, so that's nice. Okay, looking good. A lot more detail in here now. So I'm going to these are all going to be a black reflective metal. The top, I haven't decided yet. Black metal legs. Go down, metallic all the way up, roughness down to 0.1. Black. Type in metal maybe. I just select these two and then select this one last and Control L link materials, or make the other two the same. I might stick with the white, might not, let's just see. Could also experiment with different camera angles now that we've got everything in the scene. We know what it all looks like. Just going to the white actually looks good now that we've got a lot more darker areas in the scene. I'm going to put some things on the table, and then for detail we are done. For sure it's looking a lot more detailed, very nice. So just going to add some plates and things, some like nice colored plates would be good. So I think there's a few in here that are colored plates, and some glasses, things like that. So these colored ones there. I mean, from here we can just, if we want, we can just grab this and cutlery. Not really, I spell it in American, I don't know blink, it's Americans, so probably not gonna have it like that. Add a little fork there. What's this? Cutting mat. We could maybe do our own little mat if we go up on here. Scale it up to there. We could do our own little mat. This. Let's get it in a bit like that. And then just call it place. Type in placemats. Go into shopping. Find some nice designed ones. I mean, yeah, sure, them wood ones are nice, but these are nice. Let's do this. So we need one really. I'll actually just go save that image. Doesn't matter about the quality too much. It can get saved in rugs too. That's fine. Let's add it in again. And saved as a rug is fine. As you see, the quality is not highest, but it doesn't matter. PNG. Okay, then we can go on to this. We need our shader editor back. Okay, plug it in there. Shopping with this one, not the alpha, the color, sorry. You got UV editor, you scale it down to the right size, up a bit, out a bit, like that. Scale this in a bit. Across. That works well. Go back into modeling. Let's add a glass. Don't want to add too much. Don't want it to be cluttered. I love these goblets. I'm going to add them in, even though they're in another scene of mine. So nice that they're massive. So scale it down a bit. Yeah, like I said, they are another scene of mine, but they're so nice. Just add them in anyway. Flowers, table, drinks on the right side like this. Flowers for the table, flowers, type in table decoration, you never know what you get sometimes. Voila, more detail. Suddenly we have a lot more detail on the table, so that's good. Just want to move these across a bit. Move this across a bit. About there. Gonna scale this up to 25. Last time I did a render, felt like rendered view, I felt like it wasn't strong enough. Detail is looking very nice. I'm liking how much content we have, how many areas of detail we have in this. I want to try one thing, and it's I'm gonna increase saturation a bit more, the wall on the right, and I just want to try the floor with a bit of color, just to see what it looks like rather than white. So firstly, I just want to make our wall a bit more saturated over here. I love this wall, but it needs a bit more saturation. So let me take a look quick. So if I select this, we want to go to panels, more, and we've lost the rendered view. If I go up to 0.5 and go rendered view again, let's take a look. That will fall outside our palette a little bit, but that's okay, you don't have to be so strict with it. think some of our new things are going to need to, shaders are going to need to compile themselves. Yes, a bit more color there is good. And then our floor as well, I wanted to take a look at. Here it is. I wanted to try like a bit of saturation there, as in like this color. Mortar can be white. Yes, I wanted to try this, see what it looks like. I don't know what this is affecting that. So there's something, isn't there? Let's just have a look. It's not going to give us a rendered view because of the... Honestly, I can't really say what's causing that. I've never really had it. I feel like it was something to do with reflection I've had before. I've not had before, but I've seen before in Blender files, sorry. I've never actually had it. So that is annoying. It's not going to give us... Let me check quick. Could be this. No, not that. We are going to be finishing soon, but I wanted to get a final view of this. Let's press render and see if this effect carries on. I'm going to Google how to get rid of it because I think we're so close to finishing now. It's like a volume scatter, not volume scatter, but like a volume thing we've got going on. In rendered mode here. Yeah, we are. Try again. Let's see. turn off optics. Otherwise, I can just end here. All I would do from here is just render the scene anyway. I might make a few small changes, but other than that, it's not going to change too much. And then I'll share the result on Instagram. If you follow my Instagram at RenderlyUK, you can take a look and find the final result of this scene there. I'm going to do that. I'm going to sort out this issue. I'm going to render it out and then share it with you on there. Otherwise, thanks for watching the stream. Please subscribe for more 3D and freelancing content. We're going to be doing some videos upcoming about freelancing in 3D, about learning 3D, the processes of trial and error, what softwares to go for, and more videos also in streams like this. So make sure you subscribe for that if you're into 3D. Otherwise, thank you for watching.